Here we go. Camera's rolling.
There you go, guys. Alright, so an internal conflict is a physiological struggle within the mind of a literary or dramatic character, the resolution of which creates the plot suspense.
External conflict is the struggle between a literary or dramatic character and an outside force. There are different types of external conflict: character versus character, character versus society, character versus nature. Some stories, such as Romeo and Juliet, show examples of external conflict.
Alright, and so the examples for the external conflict, there's character versus character, which is obviously a character having a conflict with another character in the story. There's character versus nature. Oh, and like an example of character versus character, like having a conflict would be like Batman and the Joker, because they both I don't want to say battle, but they both go against each other, like in those movies. Character versus nature, it's when a character has a conflict with nature, and like say a child has maybe like a disease or like an allergy. It's like an allergy to like grass or something like that. And then character versus society is obviously a conflict between a character and society. So like in Monster, an example of character versus society would be Steve Harmon versus the court. And then character versus supernatural / unknown. It's when a character has a conflict with a god or a supernatural being. Like, so it'd be like a person versus like a spirit or something like that, like a ghost or something. And then character versus technology or machine would be like a character versus a technology or machine. So that could be like an example would be, like in Toy Story, when they had, I don't know which Toy Story it was, but when all the like characters were falling down the trash chute. And yeah, like Sean said, it's in the third one. Like all the characters are falling down the trash chute, and like they're working against it, but the trash chute, it's like not allowing them to get back up because they're in there with like the one like purple bear.
Lotso.
Yeah.
The evil Lotso.
The strawberry. Another example for the technology one could be like in Terminator, where he's fighting all the robots.
Okay.
So like a example for internal conflict. So like an example could be it's like kind of like it could be like a character like going through depression or something like that.
Or like struggling with mentally or physically, in those type of words.
Yeah.
So character versus self is a character struggling with himself, and like Sean said, it could be a character going through depression or something wrong with them.
What if you got a movie where a character or a story where a character's trying to decide which girl to take to prom? What kind of conflict would that be? Why would that be an internal conflict?
It's like struggling to decide who to take.
Okay, good. What if you've got a movie or a story where a character is not happy with the political structure of his country? What conflict would that be?
That would be an external conflict.
Yeah, what type?
Character versus society.
Okay, good. What if you've got a movie where There's a climber trying to hike to the top of Mount Everest, and it's 30 below, and it's snowing constantly.
That'd be external. It'll be a character versus nature.
Good. Any questions for these guys?
Can there be multiple conflicts with internal and external?
Yeah.
Yes.
I guess,
Could
yeah,
be.
I guess so.
Okay. Just wondering.
Yeah.
I guess there can be or there can be. Can there be a story where there's multiple conflicts going on? Can you give us an example?
Because a character can be having a problem within himself, and another character be having the same exact problem.
Okay, have you guys seen Lion King?
Yeah, it's all liking.
Okay, what are some conflicts in Lion King?
The dad dies.
Simba.
Okay, what Simba's when Simba fights Scar, what is that?
It's a external conflict.
Yeah.
It's a character versus character.
Okay, what about when Simba's trying to decide if he should go back to the Pride Land or not?
It's internal.
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 Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
good. What about in Lion King when all of the characters that usually live in the Pride Land are now having to live under the rule of Scar?
That would be.
That'd be like character versus character.
Yeah.
Well, if they're fighting Scar
Oh, yeah, no, it'd be character versus society.
because of Scar's society that he set up, right?
They're like living under his like rule.
Yeah.
Yeah. He's like doing